Hello and welcome to snowy Minnesota. In my last video I talked about how we've been talking a lot and it was really time to hit the road. So I'm standing here in front of my car and I've got big plans for a trip from southern Minnesota to northeastern Wisconsin, starting and ending outside of the charging area of the supercharger network. So it's going to be a great adventure. A friend asked if that trip was possible and how much time it would add from going in an internal combustion engine vehicle. And so I thought, great opportunity, let's go test it out. So let's hop in the car and get... Oh, that's right. The car's not here. It's at the service center in Eden Prairie. Backing out of the driveway the other day, I cranked the wheel and something went very wrong in the front passenger side wheel, where it kind of wedged against the body or the wheel well. It was bad. So eventually I had it towed up there, and we'll see how that process works out. Now, I was a little hesitant to bring it up in video because although I am a Tesla fanboy, it's not because I wanted to shield something going wrong with the Tesla. It's because at 117,000 miles of driving in pothole-laden Minnesota and on farm roads, stuff like this just happens to any kind of vehicle. And frankly, it was about as easy a situation as I could have had. The weather was relatively warm, happened right in front of my house. I was able to get it to the side of the street. So compared to vehicles of that vintage that I've had that were internal combustion engines, when something would go wrong with the motor or a part and I'd be stuck on the highway walking miles in the freezing cold, this was relatively easy. But like it happened in those cars, stuff just wears out on vehicles, and this isn't anything really Tesla specific, so I'll take you on the journey of how we get that repaired and everything, but it's not anything worth making a lot of drama about. It's just a car of that age needing some service. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be fixed when it's fixed, and given the pandemic times, our family can get by just fine on one vehicle. Everybody at Tesla so far has been super helpful, and I really don't want this to turn into my Tesla service journey kind of channel. I have no interest in that. And really, this might be the impetus for moving forward a little faster with our Model Y order. I think the S, once it's repaired, is going to be in great shape and be a great vehicle, but we had been planning on making this switch anyway, so given some family conversations we're going to have in the background, it might be time to make that move, and of course I'll let you know if that happens. So I don't want to tempt fate again, but hopefully that means that we've got some more driving videos coming up before too long. On the political side, I had the recent videos about the Clean Cars Minnesota rulemaking, and on Monday and Tuesday, that rule process went in front of the administrative rule judge, and I was really amazed at how Minnesota EV owners came out in support of that rule. The comment period is still ongoing, I think, till March 15th, so if you're for it or against it for whatever reason, and still want to make comments, you're able to do that. And the two sessions, Monday and Tuesday, were about 10 hours of presentation and testimony. So I don't know how those court reporters do it, but that's a heck of a project for anyone. And like I said, the testimonies were overwhelmingly in support of the rulemaking process. And I think it was 9 people or organizations were speaking against it, and 64 EV owners and organizations were speaking on behalf of adopting Clean Cars Minnesota. So again, a big shout out to Minnesota EV owners who stepped up and made their voices heard. And I know more are in written comments, so let's see how that process plays out. And some of the folks against the clean car rules were the Auto Dealers Association, some other industry groups, some people who are arguing that if this rule is adopted, what's to stop the next thing and the next thing that might affect them. So even though they wouldn't be directly involved or affected, they're concerned about a slippery slope. But really, it was a really respectful and thorough democratic process, and people really, gave good arguments. You can argue the merits of them, but it was fun to see part of government working. And speaking of government working, there is a lot of legislation and rulemaking that's going on at the state level and the federal level regarding EVs. And I want to cover that, but I want to do it in depth and make sure I get numbers right and make sure I have the bill numbers and information as up to date as possible and accurate. With the car drama late this week, I didn't have time to pull all that together for today, but look for that coming soon. And I'll try to make it as fun as possible. But for now, it's time for me to shovel this driveway. Luckily, I only have to do half of it, so I'm going to get to it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.